And I've noticed something about Fred, too. As soon as you start saying his name on the microphone up on stage, he starts to appear. It's wild.
It's like a call.
Yeah, it's like you called him and it's like he just appears out of the crowd.
It's his bat signal, man.
Yeah.
Everybody, welcome back. It's another fantastic, brand new episode of Bourbon Pursuit, the official podcast of bourbon. I'm Kenny Coleman.
Ryan Cecil here.
Sans Fred Minnick, but it doesn't matter. We don't need him today because we're going to have a great guest that's going to be able to take his place.
I'm even happier with this guest than Fred.
No, you don't mean it.
Kidding.
You don't mean it. We love
Fred. gives me a hard time every time, so we gotta poke the bear.
Yeah, it's okay.
He doesn't listen anyway, so.
But we had talked to our guest last time. Let me pull up the last time it was on here. It was episode 306. Now, that might not seem too long ago because we're in episode 500s, but it was back in May of 2021 when it was released. So that was
out of COVID.
Quite some time ago, right?
You had to take a rapid test before he came in. No, I'm kidding.
Is that what you were doing at the door last time?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And just making sure.
Wondering what that was.
Give me your nose.
Yeah, we just do that for fun anymore.
I was wondering why you were still doing it here when we were here today.
Yeah.
I just came in infatuation with mine.
So you heard his voice. That's Chris Blandford. He is the Adult Beverage Field Specialist for Kroger or Kroger Inc., whatever the
fancy title.
Kroger Company.
The Kroger Company.
Kroger Company.
Fancy way of saying spirits buyer.
Yeah,
yes.
Spirits buyer or beer, wine, and spirits buyer.
And cannabis, too.
It's equal opportunity. It's going to soon be cannabis.
You get your hands in all kinds of things. But we had you on back then to kind of talk about the scale of Kroger, because nobody at that time really understood that, grocery stores have a huge influence into the whiskey world. And we had talked about, you have I would say, a relatively good pull in regards of getting your ask when it comes to barrels and stuff, because when you do stuff for barrel picks, I mean, you're doing tons and tons and tons. Are you still doing tons and tons and tons? You've done a couple with us, which is always grateful to.
Yes, yeah. So we're still doing, I mean, just as many, if not even a little bit more, as we were back then, doing it with a bunch of different people now. And you're seeing a bunch of new barrel selects come out and age-dated stuff come out. So it's gotten even more interesting since the last time we talked, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see the demand still there for the single barrels?
Yeah, there is. The interesting thing, and actually, talks about what we're drinking right here. I think the thing that I have seen in the last little bit is we're seeing a little bit of a trade coming from people just needing the barrel strength barrels, needing 130 proof, 120, 118 proof. You're starting to see a little bit of a demand of lower proof barrels again, 100 proof options, things like that. So, just recently for Bourbon Beyond, for instance, we picked the 100 proof Old Forester. It's the first time that I've picked the 100 proof Old Forester.
That one's
forever.
Perfectly proofed at 100.
Yeah.
I've been arguing that for years.
People lost their shit when it became blue, and they just went crazy buying it. And we always said, we're like, it's too hot. It's not that great. But the trend was buying barrel proof, and you couldn't get away from it.
And you couldn't get an Old Forester Blue Label. I mean, it was like when those things dropped, they were hard to get. So as soon as one would hit, it'd be there, a couple hours at best?
At best.
And now you can see them. I mean, you're seeing the 100 proof move just as fast, if not faster then. But I'm with you. Like 100 proof is just such an approachable Old Forester. It's great.
Well, we're perfectly situated at 108. We're always a couple of years ahead of our time here.
We are. We're always 2 years too early.
That goes back to what Ryan was saying. Just keep telling myself that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Always 2 years too early.
But because it's funny, like we get a ton of, tourists and visitors here at our Pursuit headquarters, and they're always like, I want to go, a lot of out-of-towners, like, where do I go to find something special? And I always point them to Kroger. They're on Lower Brownsboro, and they come, they'll come in like, thanks for the great tip. They had awesome Bics, awesome bottles, this and that. But people don't know that. They always, which Liquor Barn, Total Wine, Evergreen, they're great partners, great stores, but you all have, you're kind of, I don't want to say a hidden gem but out-of-towners don't necessarily understand or know that a grocery store would have great picks.
I can't agree more. I think we have so many people who come in out of town and they're looking for all the small mom and pop liquor stores and things like that. So we've been able to work with a lot of different tourists and tourisms and saying, hey, pop over to Kroger. There's usually just one a few minutes from anyone's house, pretty much here in Louisville, Lexington, and I mean, probably pretty where anyone else is listening. There's probably
about as much saturated as McDonald's.
Yeah. Just about, sometimes like on every corner.
Because what's your territory that you cover? Is Kentucky and where else?
Yeah, so I have most of Kentucky. I don't have northern or kind of the Bowling Green area, but I have southern Indiana and southern Illinois. So altogether, it's 114 grocery stores and 63 individual liquor stores. At this time, when this comes out, 64-ish individual liquor stores.
And do they all get Chris's picks?
Yeah, so it just depends on the bottle, when it comes out, so how many we
what
get.
The yield
yeah, what the yield, the price. It's a complicated thing. As you guys probably know, coming from the enthusiast side and into the business side, it's a little bit different than when you're just sitting there drinking and talking with your buddies, and then you get into the industry and you're like, oh, it's a little bit more complicated than I thought. Like, it's not that we're just playing favoritisms or anything like that. There's a lot of regulations that we have to stick to.
Well, too, because you got to be careful, like what stores you put it in. Because if it doesn't sell, it's not like you can take that and move it to a store that would sell that. So
yeah, it's there's special liquor laws here that doesn't allow us to do, like, we can do it in certain counties. So like Jefferson County here, we can transfer alcohol to one store to the other. But if I needed to, say, if I had too much in Lexington and I needed to bring it to a better selling store here,
can't do it.
No, it's stuck there. We own it. Yeah, and unless it sells, I have it.
Yeah, that just means
I don't know if you guys know, stuff doesn't expire.
Yeah.
So as soon as we purchase it, we have it for a really long time.
Yeah, it's not like the bananas at Kroger.
No,
you're like, well, we'll just throw these out and get some new ones.
Not unless you guys start putting fruit or something in it. And if the fruit starts to turn, then I can. Yeah.
Then you got a reason.
But I would highly suggest I wouldn't.
We'll stick with shelf stable.
Okay, good. Good call.
And I want to come back to that in a second, kind of talking about, the buying habits and stuff like that. I want to kind of talk about your personal journey as well.
It smells like an ocean.
Oh yeah, what are we drinking? Is it? Oh, it's Jefferson's Ocean, aged at sea, Voyage 32,
90 proof,
single barrel, weeded bourbon.
Does smell great though.
Yeah, so what we're drinking is these 3 little samples that I brought here. These are some of the first picks for this year's Bourbon Beyond. So I just thought I didn't have anything crazy to show off this time, but I just recently picked these with Trey. So I was like, oh, this will be fun. We're doing all this together, so this won't be the first or last time you have it. So.
And weeded bourbon's hot.
Bourbon is.
You got to make sure it says. You might as well remove the ocean, just replace it with weeded.
Jefferson's weeded.
Jefferson's weeded.
Because everybody's like, oh, it's weeded bourbon now.
That's all I care about.
Let's tell. I assume Trey's listening.
Probably at some point. He'll read the.
That's really good.
Well, as soon as I tell him what I tried on here, I guarantee he's gonna listen because I'll text him when I leave.
Yeah. But like I said, I want to talk about your personal journey because you're about 100 pounds lighter than the last time you came here, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Kind of talk about that.
80 pounds now, I think.
Yeah, and so you ran a marathon or half marathon.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah.
So congratulations on that. Kind of just talk about because there's a lot of people out there that probably also have been in your situation. Sort of what did you go through, and what was the wake up call and everything like that too?
Thanks, man. Yeah. So I will say that I tried to quit smoking a long time ago, and I finally did that. Literally hundreds and hundreds of times. I tried to lose weight hundreds and hundreds of times. It never worked. I would always just revert back to something else. So one day, I don't know, there's something that hits. Like when I quit smoking, I just woke up one day and I said, I just don't want to go to the store anymore. I'm not going to do this. And I stopped. The third day was the hardest thing I've ever experienced in my life. And I absolutely would have killed my wife at that point in time. She'd have come in and just said hi. Yeah. Just the wrong way. And she said it wrong. I didn't like her attitude.
Just laying in bed sweating.
Yes. It was awful. It was awful. Same thing with weight loss. One day I was just having a really bad day, just in my head. Mentally, I was like, gosh, I just felt awful all the time. And so I was like, I'm just going to eat. I'm going to start eating better. It's really, it's no secret. I mean, it's calories in, calories out. It's a math game. So you can lose weight just eating Twinkies. You may not look very well, but you can lose weight just eating Twinkies.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. This is the Twinkie diet. Yeah. That's actually what this was. No, I just
10 a day.
Eating as much. 10 a day. And this will get you right like this.
Oh, little Debbie's like, oh, I love this PR right now.
That's right. You're going to them for a sponsorship.
Yeah, right.
Hostess.
Yeah. Close enough. I'm more of the oatmeal cream pie side.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know who owns who. I know that it sells a lot at Kroger.
Yeah, there you go. It's always on an end cap, right?
Yeah, it's always on an end cap. So yeah, it's just I got sick with it, and I started eating less. I would make my plate smaller, eating less, and then one day I was again just having like rough mental day, like anxious, and like I have anxiety and things like that. And one day I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go out and run. I was like, I've seen all kinds of people run. I was like, I could go run.
What's this?
It doesn't cost me any money.
Jogging?
Yeah.
What is
no gym
Don't
membership?
have to do anything. Like it doesn't require me to have any equipment. So I leave the house, and I kid you not, like Kenny, Ryan, I'll run down. It wasn't a block, and I just stopped. Like I was just breathing heavy. I'm dying. I was assuming people would have pulled over and said, well, "Do you need assistance?
Do you call 911?
Okay?" But I'm just like dying. I'm like, who would do this? Like, this is ridiculous. This is stupid. But I have an addictive personality. So when I get into something, like, I want to go all in. So I go home and I just like YouTube everything about running. Like, then I find out, oh, crap, there's techniques. Did you know that?
There's running forms. You got to run the balls of your foot.
There's the whole techniques of like
not
how
the
you
heel
land.
strike.
So you don't go with heels?
Well, you want to do a midfoot strike,
Midfoot,
not your heel. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you don't have to go out and run as fast as you can, which me running as fast as I can is not very
There you go.
fast.
That's a 50-yard dash right there.
Yeah, you go through and like
Zone 2.
you celebrate every little moment, man. I think that's the most important thing is to constantly celebrate, even if I don't know, you're not running 6-minute miles or anything like that. If you can get around your block or do whatever you do that makes you happy, you should celebrate every single little win, because if you celebrate them all, man, it's just going to be better when you get to that one big goal. So mine was to do a marathon, and I have no idea why.
It's okay.
Just was in my head, and I was like, I'm going to run a marathon. And even my wife was like, really?
Are you sure?
I support you, but really? Do you want to do that?
I'll have the ambulance ready for you.
That was
midway through.
Yeah, she was sitting there with the 911 just ready to go. She's a nurse, so that works out good.
Oh,
Didn't
that's
have to go
perfect.
very far. But yeah, I set that goal, and I was like, I just want to have this goal of just to finish the marathon. I completed that, and my next goal was like to finish under 40 minutes, and I completed it in 36. And then now I'm training to run the Urban Bourbon half marathon.
Awesome, man.
We'll see if that works.
That's congratulations.
That's 13
That's
miles.
awesome.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
So is there a trick to it other than just reducing that? Did you stop drinking at all? What did you do to
I drank less. So, in our business, you can't like 100% stop. Now I will as I get a little closer to the marathon, but I did a lot of sips. I did a lot more spitting than I would normally do. But I didn't like quit. It's our business to constantly taste stuff. So
Yep.
I would be very bad at my job. I'm like, yeah, that looks good in the bottle.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'll just nose it, and that's good enough for me.
No, but I just I refuse to just like go through and go to parties and drink, and I just drink water. I cut out sugar as much as humanly possible, and then eventually you don't even know what's happening to you. Eventually you look up and you're like, oh wow,
Yeah. You take those small wins and they create big outcomes.
it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like the most expensive part of this whole journey was having to buy new clothes that I literally didn't want to go buy because I'm cheap.
Yeah.
So I would have to make these like shirts work for me as much as possible, and then eventually you just look in the mirror and you'd be like,
All right. Now it's
okay. Yeah, it looks like I'm wearing a garbage bag.
It's a little
You
baggy.
got a poncho to
Wonder why people were asking, like trying to hand me money on the side of the street. Clearly.
Well, man, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank
I
you,
know
man. I
I know it's a huge accomplishment. Is there still a goal of like, hey, I still want to get to X or Y here? Or just
No,
hey,
like
we're just happy where we're at.
I think my goal is just to I work out twice a day now, so I work out in the morning and then in the afternoon. So that's the part that nobody ever wants to hear. I usually do like 45 minutes in the morning and maybe an hour or so in the evening.
Good for you. I can't find 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I make excuses though.
That's what mine. It was like, oh, let me just finish.
I'm
this.
too busy.
Yeah. But eventually, like just last night, I didn't want to go out and run. I was tired, and I was like, if I need to make myself go do it. Once you get into it, like the runner's high is a real thing, man.
Totally. Get the endorphins rolling.
Yeah.
You get that blood flow.
Yeah, I mean, just working out. I've seen you come out of an exercise like it's
Yeah.
you just feel great.
I come out of Hot Works. Like it's this gym.
It's a bourbon release.
Gym right by.
Does he have his Lululemon tights on and he's coming out?
It's like 5:30
and he was
in the
listening
morning.
to Sabrina Carpenter. It was,
Yeah.
it was awesome.
It was Harry Styles that day. But no, I'm
My
kidding.
bad.
If I come out because I usually I haven't done it, but this was a time when I was really dedicated. It was like 5:30 in the morning. I come out and like there's like 100 chairs, people camping for, and I'm like, what the hell? And then Chris walked on and I'm like sweating like a pig. And I'm like,
sweating. He's got his mat with him. Like, he is.
It was funny.
And it was like 5:30 in the morning.
What do you remember what release it was?
Gosh, I don't know.
That was, you know what it was? That was the
King of Kentucky.
It was the grand opening. It was the re-grand opening of that store. And that was the one where I sent like 30 Kings of Kentucky to that store.
You should have hopped the line.
It was too deep at that point. I was like,
it was really deep.
I mean, it was all the way wrapped around the shop. I mean, there was at least 150 people in line already. And I was like, there's no chance I'm making anything.
My boss at the time wanted me to make that one big, and it literally was like, we try to plan those type of releases, but as you guys know, bourbon releases, it's very hard to plan for stuff. The stars aligned. So from the date that came out to the date that we were going to do the store, I was able to just send all of that at one time, and they said that they wanted a big shebang.
It's like,
it was.
We gave it to them.
Easy
I
enough.
still get crap for that thing to this day.
I guess that's the other thing is, thanks for bringing it all back to bourbon too, is when you're doing a release like that, like how do you leak it out to say like, hey, you should be here on this day, or like, I'm going to have X amount of bottles to make sure it's like, at what level of transparency can you, I mean, you're going to piss somebody off no matter what, but at what level of transparency do you feel comfortable with?
Because you can't say like, I got 30 Kings, and then you see 30 people like, well, I'm not going to.
Yeah. So I would say that's probably the most complicated thing of this is the whole entire thing is bourbon allocations and releases. Like having 63 stores in Kentucky, if you only get, 2 cases of something, well, I mean, that could be 12 to 24 bottles. Like that's all we got. I mean, I'm not good at math, but 24 divided by 63 doesn't work. So we go through, I'd say, on any big release. So for me personally, on my Instagram page, if I have personally posted it, that means that I just purely believe that I have set up enough at that store to say that we probably have a couple hundred bottles that I would deem highly allocated,
camp worthy or line worthy.
Line worthy, yeah. Because there's always stuff on the table that no one's going to purchase. It's just not their thing. And once you get towards the end of the line, we are playing it really loosely with the word allocated at that time. But so if I post that means that I do believe that it's really worth coming out for. Other than that, we have I have stores do totally different things. That's why you should always just pop in one. So we have stores that my favorite thing to do, honestly, is to have a store take a case. Let's just say Blanton's, for instance. Case comes out, it's Blanton's, and you get 6 bottles. That's all we get. It's a small store. They're not going to probably get a ton of allocation. So my favorite thing for them to do is, put a Blanton's out at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday. Put a Blanton's out at 9 o'clock p.m. on a Saturday night. Because the reason I look at that is that rewards our everyday customer. Our everyday customer who's in there for Bud Light, Cubers, KJ, whatever it is. But then they look up and they say, oh, wow, that's a Blanton's at $72. Like, hold on, is that real? And that makes those people keep coming back. So that's my favorite thing to do, is a surprise and delight to a regular everyday customer. So you should always walk in. They have a couple of stores that play little games. Like when you check out one of my E-Town stores, she only gets a couple cases every now and then.
You have to beat her paper, rock, scissors.
Yeah, you have to beat her paper, rock, scissors. But every customer who comes in says, hey, we have a special. They get to put their hand in a bag and just pull it out and say if it's E.H. Taylor, and then they can say if they want to buy it or not. And then if not, they just toss it back in there. So it's just fun to be as interesting as possible to deal with. We do get a massive amount of allocation, but it's split up between 63 stores. So.
Yeah, so it's hard to say. Yep. And are those marching orders from you to say, hey, we've got this going on, I've got an idea on how we can spread the love, or do you say it's up to the store level and decide when you're going to do it, so that way you kind of have a little bit of a gig economy, right? It's a little bit of an Uber thing, and they get to decide what they do.
Yeah, so it all depends on what's going to happen in the market or anything at that time, grand opening, stuff like that. But for the most part, I want the stores to decide on how they want to do it. Now, if I get a lot of complaints, I will then have to step in.
Like, you blew that one, buddy. Yeah. It's time for Chris to step in.
Yeah, crap.
Where do those complaints come from? Is it social media? Is it through corporate ladder and kind of coming down the other way?
Literally both of them. Social media, absolutely. They will complain that, hey, I stood in line and I didn't get any Blanton's or Weller, and then I'll look and
You said you
that
get
store
there
got
get there
6
earlier.
bottles.
Yeah.
So like neither did the 100 other people who walked in that day either. I think
The
that's
world
what
doesn't revolve around you, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, it's I think that's what people don't understand. It's that we would love to, and I think that we would love to make sure every single person walks out with an allocated bottle. It'd be incredible. The whiskey's just not there to do that. So unfortunately, some stores literally get 6 bottles of a Blanton's or a Weller every 4 months. And if you're not one of those 6 that live in the city of a million,
and you just happen to be there
You're
that
SOL.
day,
Yeah.
that second, that time.
that's
It's
it.
tough.
So yeah, I've heard some crazy conspiracies over the years of how people do allocations and how they go stuff. But that's the best part about Kroger is we have our rewards numbers and things like that. So, ideally we do allow our staff to buy some bottles when they come through. We want them to buy bottles. They're selling the product. We want them to taste it and things like that. But for the most part, everything goes to a customer in some way, in some form. Just totally different ways.
Mm-hmm. The other thing is kind of talking about, those complaints that come in. There's got to be some times where it's like, Kroger, Chris, you did an awesome job, man. Way to go. This is the best release
We do
ever.
get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be a little bit of pat.
We do get that. It's awesome. Yeah. But that I will say the big releases, when we do just fun store releases or tied into like our 14 days to master distillers, sometimes we'll release some crazy bottles if Fred No shows up and things like that. So yeah, I will say that makes up for all of it. There's not as many that complain.
Yeah. And the good thing with you is, you've got a lot of stores. You're kind of a testing ground. I feel that you're in a position where a lot of producers are going to come out with labels and you're not going to say no. Like, it's like, hey, let's go ahead and let's try it in the store. Let's see how it does. But I've been to multiple Krogers and you can see like you've got I remember we talked about this last time. You sort of have your mainstay on the shelf, your Woodfords and everything like that. And then you have your, I don't want to call it experimental, but maybe limited or just kind
limited time offers,
whatever it's going to be
thing,
that's over there. Usually that's where Pursuit plays in some of those areas. So how do you start looking at, well, what's the sales rate that something needs to go through to even consider doing a reorder?
So I would say that there's not like I wouldn't say that there's not like this perfect mathematical equation. I would say that everything is kind of being looked at on, maybe a 32-week basis on seeing how everything is selling in that area, that market, before we look at like expansions and what else we have to do. I've said this to all new people, like Kroger is amazing and we can help make your business, but we can also hurt your business just depending on how fast you can produce it to how fast the demand is inside the store. There's a lot of demand and you can't produce a lot. I don't know if Kroger's the best place for you to be just yet, because we're a high volume, quick turnover retailer. So we want to be able to make sure that your everyday product can be consistent. Once that kind of goes through, then we start looking and say, all right, you're moving a good amount in these 32. Maybe we go from our test market to being 5 or 8 or 10 stores and start to expand out. Also, the brands have to support it. I've said this a million times. Like I can give you the vessel, but you have to steer it. It's not my job to sell your product. It's my job to give you that chance to sell your product. You have to come and work the market. You guys know it. You go into tons of markets everywhere, and it's the part of the distributors and the supplier to really help sell those. It's our job to get behind it and have the knowledge of it, but it's not our job to
move it,
hand sell every single bottle. It's our job to be knowledgeable, to say, somebody asked me about Pursuit Spirits. We can at least speak to the high level overview of it.
Yeah, we always tell our ambassadors, make sure we've done tastings at Kroger as well. It's like, make sure you have the store managers or whomever that's there try the product so they're smart about it, so they can go and recommend it when you're not there, because that's the only way that you're going to start seeing any sort of, because I've been in your stores. There's no shortage of options that you can go and look at. And so if you are able to just give them one extra thing that I'm going to pick on Woodford because we were talking about it, but it's like, if you're able to just steal that one bottle sale from Woodford and put it in somebody else's pocket, then, that's what you have to do, because Woodford it's the easy default choice for a lot of people. You're not going to make a bad decision by just picking up a bottle of it. But if you're going to ever try to change somebody's decision, they're like, I want to try something different or something that's, not the safe option, that's the only way it's going to happen.
Absolutely. I mean, this is easy to say from a local area, from where we are here in Kentucky, and our ability to have so many distillers. But what brands can do phenomenal is invite those type of people onto their, invite these leads and these store managers and things like that to their property, see what they're doing. Somebody who does that phenomenal as a small supplier around here is Starlight. They literally invite all of our leads, store managers, please come out, see what we do, speak to the winemaker, speak to everybody. Because if you
pick
look
your
at
pumpkin.
pick your pumpkin while you're here, get your strawberries and get out. But the best part about that is you're kind of building these little mini brand ambassadors for you. That's exactly what you just said. They go back. If a customer asks them, hey, can you recommend something different for me? There's a good chance they're going to recommend something that was spent so much time with them by tasting. So it's exactly what you're doing in those small scales that go into those stores. It's great when you can do it here locally. I mean, that's going to be different if you're in Montana.
They're capturing the blackberry whiskey right now.
They are capturing the crap out of some.
Don't have Crown Blackberry. We got Starlight.
I got Starlight Blackberry.
Hey, half the price too.
Exactly.
We got that going for you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say, let's pour another one and start talking about something else. What do you got, though? You can throw it his way.
So let's go to 100 proof, because we're just stepping up.
Okay.
The last one is 121. All right. So this one's going to be a single barrel straight bourbon.
All right.
Not on the ocean, though. Or is it on the ocean?
This one was not on the ocean. This is just reserve.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there won't be any brininess to this.
No. I'm sorry.
I didn't get any brightness.
Did you?
I know. I'm kidding.
I was like, I didn't get anything.
I just thought it was really good.
Did it take you back to...
It took me back to a shipping container, stuck in LA.
I was about to say, that sounds like a start of like a Dexter when he's,
Yeah.
Took me back to a shipping container.
No doubt. But you've been in the business a long time, and you've been kind of, through the craze boom of 2015 to 2022, things kind of had not slowed down, but they kind of like, there's still growth, but kind of stagnated. And, you see consumers trying like new and different brands. It's not just everything from the big six, or maybe you're not seeing that. Like, what are you seeing from trends from consumers? Like, what are they going after these days?
I'll say it's exactly right. This was an interesting time. So when I got in it, a couple years before COVID hit, and then we saw this crazy boom, tons of free money in the market with all of the relief coming out. So people were really willing they could spend extra cash or spend these $200 on a lot of crazy whiskeys and bourbons and stuff that were coming out. Well, that money's gone. We have the advancements of GLP-1 drugs that are out there, which are making people, it's like the Wegovy's and stuff like that. It's making people not drink as much. And then we also see a massive blend with which we don't know here yet in Kentucky, but CBD and THC infused beverages. I mean, those are absolutely going to play a factor. And then just to top it all off in this craziness is that we have this new generation who aren't really drinking like we used to drink, like tossing it down at the bar. They're like nursing their cocktails a little bit more, or they're drinking mocktails altogether.
I've got a lemongrass shooter for you,
but there's no vodka.
Wheatgrass.
Yeah, it's
they're not getting handles of Beam and and Kentucky Tavern.
No, Kentucky Tavern. Quality House, right?
House.
Yeah,
and that was only to last you for like 2 days.
Exactly.
And you would be back to get another one. They're not doing that. So this is this like whirlwind of craziness that we're in. So I would say the advancements of stuff that you're seeing, people are still drinking bourbon. I don't see them jumping up for those $100 plus bottles as fast as they used to anymore. You're starting to see them get down to lower proof, medium proof, sticking out of the barrel strength, as we talked about. You're seeing ready to drink cocktails massively shoot up, especially like the carbonated stuff. As we were talking earlier, you can put 3 or 4 beers down, but you can put like 8 of those non-carbs down and then wonder why you're drunk.
Yeah, I was about to say, that sounds more dangerous.
Yeah, it's way more dangerous. But those are those big things. Now in the bourbon aspect, I think you're just seeing a different trend of just having a hard time spending $150, $200 on something that you're not really sure of.
What about the bottom shelf though, or like your mainstays, like Beam handles, Jack Daniels? Any slowdown in those, or is it no? Those are still rolling fine.
Yeah, no, and that's what I think sometimes too. I think Kendrick Lamar said it in that song: "How many options are too many options?" And sometimes you get too much. It's SKU overload. You start to look at some of our big stores that have 50, 60 feet of bourbon options. As soon as your one bottle gets built into that, it's going to be price point. It's going to be, they know the brand, they know the story, things like that. And that's the things that you have to really think about when those customers are starting to observe. And if it starts to get too crazy, when do they say, gosh, it's just too much? You know what? Let me just pick up the Jim Beam.
Yeah,
I know Jim Beam. I know this $25 is great. It's awesome. And I think that's the other thing to think about is like, there's a lot of great $25, $30, $40, $50 everyday options on the shelf. Phenomenal everyday options on the shelf. So especially much more than the last time I was here. We didn't have a lot of that stuff.
And now it's aplenty, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, price has gone up a lot since the last time I was here.
That's true. Price goes up. At least your weight goes down, so it all balances.
And our salaries haven't gone up.
Yeah, salary hasn't gone up either. Right?
I'm pretty sure I make less than I did a couple of years ago. So I
don't know how this works. You need some more store openings to help.
I really do. Yeah. Downside, I don't work on commission, so it doesn't matter how much liquor you buy.
Well, then in that case, then we'll just have to figure out how bonus structure works.
That's it. We can talk about that offline.
Yeah,
figure out how we can make that work for everybody.
But one of the other things that has changed since you were here last time is that you're now one of the Kroger's headline sponsor for Bourbon Beyond. You have taken over the helm of doing all the bourbon programming at Bourbon Beyond. Let's kind of talk about what it's like stepping into that role, especially doing it the first year, and then now you're really kind of finding your groove.
So first off, I was following Fred, so that was already like anxiety inducing anyway, to come in for what he did to help build and get that festival coming through. The first year, dude, I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I got over prepared. We talked about it earlier. Like I prepared for every waking second that for 4 straight days, or at that time 3 straight days.
You can't tell you don't have anxiety at all then.
No, not even a little bit, right? Like everything, and it, like, if it didn't go to plan, like I started to flip out.
Panic mode.
Yeah, I couldn't, like, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have these 2 guys up on stage. I can't remember anything about them. It was awful. Now, none of that. Like, it's gotten it's so much better. Once you get through that first one, and you understand kind of lay of the land, how it works, it's great. It's a lot of work. I mean, there's no doubt about it, of picking up the phone, calling you guys like, hey, can you guys want to do this, selling everybody on it, which I will say over the years that has gotten so much easier.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's selling like, it sold out like in no time this year, didn't it? Like, especially the VIP stuff.
Yeah, the VIPs.
VIPs did and stuff like that. I think he's trying to selling it to us.
Oh, God.
Like, selling it to you all.
You guys want to come on stage? And that's why you texted me, and I said, dude, I was like, you said, you're like, I might be able to get you this day or this day. And I go, dude, I don't care.
Yeah, I literally wrote a whole entire thing to these guys.
I want to be on the day Sturgill's playing, just to be clear.
Like, I got one word response. It was like, yes. Like, you didn't have to tell me, like, we didn't care what day or who we were up on stage. I was like, we'll do it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me, man. It's easy.
And, that's your first time, is like where you're not really known by a lot of the people at first, and you're trying to sell, like, I'm not going to make you look stupid. Like, that's the one thing that you're trying to push. No one wants to get up on stage and then get grilled with, we're going to have Harlan Wheatley this year. We're not going to bring him up on stage and be like, why don't we have more whiskey? Like, it's
well, if we would have planned back so long ago. That is like, well, my name's on a vodka, so that's really all I talk about now.
That's it. Did a WWE event with one of those Wheatley vodka bottles a couple days ago.
Did you?
Yeah, with I don't know a lot of the WWE people. It was Dominic Mysterio.
No, don't know. I haven't watched it in like 15 years.
That's got to be Rey Mysterio's son.
You are correct.
Yeah.
And that was my only connection. That was it. That says that we're all.
That's how far it's come. Time has passed.
That's what it was.
Rey Mysterio's
There were
son.
700 people that came out to meet this guy.
Oh my gosh.
700 people.
You'd be amazed by how big when you find a market like that. And WWE is still very, very prevalent in today's pop culture and stuff like that too. But, last time we had talked and had you on the show, you weren't rubbing shoulders with as many celebrities as you are now for some reason. You've gotten yourself connected to Gaffigan, Brothers Bond guys.
I was with Terry Bradshaw yesterday.
See, Terry Bradshaw. He was doing a bottle signing in Lexington or something like that.
Yeah. He's relaunching his brands. He had a bunch of fallout with the last people, and he's relaunching it all. So it's being bottled down there at Oh my gosh. Bluegrass Distilling is where it's being bottled at. So we went out and picked he has some 6-year-old, 7-year-old barrels. So we picked a single barrel out. Should be out around the time. I think we're going to taste it at Bourbon Beyond because Terry's actually going to be at Bourbon Beyond this year.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, it's like kind of talk about a Bourbon Beyond this year. Like who we're going to see on stage, except, yours truly over here. But
yeah, I mean, you're the headline.
We're the D-list.
Yeah, I said A-list. Okay?
We're in the fine print at the bottom of the poster.
Yeah, you just got to squint.
Yeah, you have to like keep scrolling and then we find you all. No, I will say some of the cool people we got. We have Jim Gaffigan coming back again this year.
Cool. By the way, I want to, before you go to the next one, you did such an amazing job with Jim last year. We have interviewed him on the show, and you just did a really good job of keeping the charisma and being able to kind of keep the entertainment and the conversation going. So
that was the most terrifying. That was the most terrifying one.
Y'all were out partying the night before, too.
We were out partying the night before.
Like till 3 a.m. or some shit.
Yeah. We were out partying the night before. It's the first time I've done the Brothers Bond guys and stuff like that. But with the Brothers Bond, with Ian and Paul, when we did it there, it was just a bunch of 20, 30-year-old girls just screaming for them. I could have literally been speaking gibberish.
Nobody cared. Yeah.
Like no one knew. This Jim Gaffigan one, I was like, well, this is my crowd. Like, this is our audience. These are bourbon drinkers in their 40s.
And comedian lovers.
Yeah, like comedian lovers. And there was thousands of people out there. So I was terrified to go talk to him. And then on top of it for 45 minutes.
It was good. It was good.
Thank you, man. That was that one was one I prepared for.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to look like an idiot.
So we got Jim coming back. What else we got?
Jim coming back. And then we have Terry Bradshaw coming this year, which will be really, really cool. He's actually doing two things. He's going to do a cooking thing on the culinary stage as well as the bourbon stage. So that'll be really fun.
I didn't know he was a chef. He's making mac and cheese for us.
I get so his son-in-law Noah is a chef, and I think they're going to be like cooking with another celebrity chef there. So who knows, man? Like, who knows what's going to happen?
I forgot all about the culinary part of it. Things.
Yeah, so we just think bourbon.
Yeah.
No, they actually cook on the other stage too, man. It's crazy.
That's awesome. I know.
You should eat some of the food sometime.
I should just instead being in your trailer. Just I'm in your trailer,
trying to find free bourbon.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Well, that's the best way to do Bourbon and Beyond.
I know. Wait, that's why I never say no to it. I'm like, oh, easy. It's like I get to come in, drink some free bourbon, walk around, get on stage. That's a hell of a weekend for me.
The other person, which I'm pretty excited. Well, I'll tell you this: we have Blake Redfarron, country music artist, that he's going to come on stage and talk to us a little bit. We have Neil Giraldo from 3 Chords and Pat Benatar's husband. So he's going to come up on stage and we're going to do 3 chords. And the one that has nothing to do with bourbon at all, but I asked her and she said yes, which was weird. I went through the people, but Elizabeth Banks. From like Pitch Perfect, writer, producer, Hunger Games, stuff like that. She's going to come up on stage and
great actress.
She has
with you and drink some whiskey?
Pretty much. Well, she has wine. That's how I sold this. So she has a canned wine called Archeroos, and I was like, you should come to this like culinary music festival and let's talk about your wine and drinking. And sure enough, dude, it wasn't 72 hours. I got a message back that said Elizabeth would love to come.
Wow.
Wow.
You never know.
I almost want to write back and say why, but I know that'll ruin it.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do this? Should we question your management? Because I'm a nobody that just sent you something saying come over and drink at this stage in Kentucky.
Yeah, but it's a premier event, especially around here. The city comes alive. There's a lot of things going on.
A lot of great acts.
Yeah, what did you guys think last year? I mean, this is the first time you guys have really been able to, because I know it's always kind of fell on Bourbon Festival the last couple of years. So you got to experience it a lot differently this time than years past.
Yeah, I realized that there was one set that everybody needed to hear that they didn't know they needed to hear. That was the Beach Boys last year. It was insane to actually sit there and listen to the Beach Boys, and you're like, you're like, this is gonna be comical, but then you're like, yeah,
I get why people are into it.
I took my wife's grandmother to see him like 2 years ago at the Palace for a Christmas concert. So I got literally the whole best of the Beach Boys.
Yeah, the Palace is the best.
Same way. I left and I was like, I just thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Started listening to Beach Boys on iTunes and stuff.
I was like,
down the road,
Christmas music.
Chris is so happy.
That's what did it. That's why I'm so happy. It was the Beach Boys that did it.
But beyond that, go ahead, Ryan, about what you thought of the festival last year too.
Yeah, it was great because you're not like, in years past we're like rushing to get up there, get back to Bardstown. You're like fatigued, tired, and this and that. Last year was great because got to come in, hang out with you on the trailer, then
Got to watch shows like from the side there.
Did run in Mike and Danny from Penelope, and they just absolutely destroyed me right before the Whiskey Myers and Zach Bryan concert. But man, it's amazing though how far it's came, because like, you know, you're walking, you know, from like the bourbon tents up to the main stage, and you just look, and I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of people, and it's like, it's incredible to see how big this event has gotten. It's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, and we've been doing it for a while, and it goes from that little-ish area on the
Champions Park, where it used to be, and then that was
I remember sinking into the mud,
the flooding year, and then after that, moving around. No,
I remember being stuck in that tent with the Bardstown Bourbon tent, and you know,
it was like over the top with David Mandel and everything,
and then Dan Calloway's opened up like Booker's, you know, the first Booker's batch.
It was the original Henry
McKenna. Yes, thank you. And that was a crazy day.
Dave Pickerel was there that year too.
He was,
yeah. He was like pouring some Whistle Pig and stuff out of his trailer, like in the VIP area.
I remember my wife showed up and like she's like, "What's the weather?" I was like, "It's terrible. Like it's pouring. Like don't come." And she's like, "I'm coming." And then she shows up in like 2-inch clogs or something. And I'm like, oh my God. She makes it like 3 steps in, and she's just like sunk in mud, and
she loses her shoes. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I think my wife lost her shoes, I'm pretty sure. Also, I think we didn't find them.
Yeah.
I remember getting into our brand new car that we purchased after walking all the way, and it didn't look brand new by the time we got home, buddy.
Yep, that's all it's gonna take.
Mudding.
That's gonna take. Oh, let's pour this last one here.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean the good thing I love about what you've been able to do with Bourbon Beyond is like you're helping build at least the bourbon category with it. We've always said that it's a little bit different than Bourbon Fest that's out of Bardstown, because it's a music festival, but bourbon kind of is the secondary component of it. But that's sort of like what you need to kind of start finding more of those fringe audiences.
Yes.
You know, you're not coming to Bourbon Beyond to go and be like, I'm going to find me a King of Kentucky. That's not not where you're going there, happen. Right? But
plus,
you're going
after a couple, you're probably going to open that
be
King of Kentucky around 2, 3, 4,000 of your closest friends.
Yeah, they got to get drained pretty quickly.
Sleeping in the middle of the crowd.
I know. But you know, beyond that, like, what's it like trying to just build the bourbon programming? Are you thinking, like, how are you coming up with the ideas that you think is going to resonate with a particular audience, right? Because the audience is not your full on bourbon geek audience. So how are you finding the tailoring the programming to be able to do?
So the first thing I will do more than anything, and I kid you not, I go through and see who's going to tell me yes first. Like
the third one.
Yeah, you're sorry. Part of the third one.
This is going to be the ocean. We're back on the ocean. This is Voyage 30, and it's 121.8 proof.
Oh. Yes, you poured it. I just handed it to you.
Lord, how much of Ron?
Lightweight these days.
Was he spitting? Or?
No, I'm just a master taster. You know.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the barrel proof one.
Okay,
that's really good.
Yeah, so first off, I kid you not, the first thing I do is I go and see for how many people can I get to say yes first, because the program is going to come around the people who say yes, and then I try to take everybody that I have there and say, how do they connect in some way? Like it could be new to old, or like I have a couple like new school whiskeys, just up and coming. We've done like where we take influencers with whiskey, but trying to pair them with a master distiller of some type, bottle, farm to bottle type of things to the restaurants. It really depends on who says yes first, and then figure out how can I pair them. Now, I will also learn that we've done this for a long time, is that some people are a little bit more drier than others. And sometimes you can't put 5 dry people together or it is just not very interesting anymore.
They're like, yes.
Yeah. No. So sometimes I'll get this like laid out and I'll look and I'm like, man, that's good. That's good. Is that going to be interesting to watch? Like, they're all great. They're so knowledgeable. It's just, who's
going to engage with them the best? Yeah.
I think it's Wimmer quoted at one time. It's like educatement, because we want to educate somebody on something, but it needs to be entertaining. Nobody just wants to see us just up on stage drinking whiskey at a music festival for 45 minutes. Yeah. I know we think that they do, guys. I know we think they're out there just wanting to see us drink whiskey. They're not.
They're not.
No. That's not entertaining for them.
For the Goo Goo Dolls or Noah Khan.
100%. Yeah. How much does Danny Wimmer have a voice, or is this all
the first year it was very, very, very just overwhelmed. Like they were very much in charge of everything. They wanted to make sure it fit. After that, I think it's like I proved myself. So I just put everything together and I write a rough draft of how I think the panel will be. And then like, if you're a moderator, you take my idea and just take it however you want to. And I just send it, and these are the people. And I got no pushback from anything this year. It was the easiest I've ever done. Like, honestly, I feel, again, did they even read the email?
Do they know what's happening?
I didn't hit the reply all button.
Maybe I didn't even send the email.
So how long in advance? I mean, we've already got the text messages. So how long in advance are you planning these? And is there like a oh shit moment where it's like, oh, we didn't plan this far enough in advance?
Yeah, so that's been the last 3 years. This year, no. Every year it has always just been, we're always flying by the seat of our pants to do quick programming. I mean, you guys know I've reached out to you at like practically August and be like, hey, I need you in like 3 weeks. Like, and you're going to host a whole panel. Now we're getting ready to announce the whole names of the whole lineups very, very soon. And I pretty much have everybody lined out. So right now I have a couple open spots just in case somebody big opens up or can do something in a area. But I mean, this is the first time I've been this far ahead. Feel totally cool. I already have names. Like, I have questions for certain panels already.
You can go back to picking barrels then.
That's
yeah,
right.
I mean, just go back.
Yeah, how many barrel picks do you do for it?
Anywhere from 13 to 17 usually.
Okay.
So it just all depends on who wants to pony up one for it. So what we do is we have some sold there at the festival and others sold in the Kroger store. So you can go over and buy a pour at the Chris's Pick mini bar, and then if you really like it, you can go buy a bottle at one of the Kroger stores.
Yeah. Does it feel weird having a Chris's Pick bar?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
just
odd.
Kind of like it's
very odd.
Like, oh, I want to see my name's here. It's like,
it's the weirdest thing, especially when they wanted to put my face up in it before. And like, I am
your caricature
like,
that's in the stores.
Like, exactly. Like, I don't like it. Like, I'm going to take a joke at Fred real fast. You know, every time I'm up there, for some strange reason, they always put like Fred's big like mural like way kind of like out, but it's always looking right at me. So every time I'm up on stage for 4 days, Fred's just staring right at me.
Fred has his whole area. He has like
it's not because I know that mural, and it's not like he's smiling or having a good time. It is like intently. It's like
very
looking down and looking up at you.
It's almost like he's judging me.
It is
the entire time.
It's like Medusa.
There he is. You're just like, oh my god. This
and I've noticed
intense.
something about Fred too. As soon as you start saying his name on the microphone up on stage, he starts to appear. It's wild.
It's like a call.
Yeah, it's like you called him and it's like he just appears out of the crowd.
It's his bad signal, man. Yeah. That's how he does it. Well, I mean, and so I love to see that you're doing a lot of stuff with Bourbon Beyond, but you have your day job with Kroger doing this as well. And so how do you find the balance? And by the way, does Kroger, are they like, okay, well, now you get to dedicate 30% of your year to only dealing with Bourbon Beyond, or like, how do you find that balance?
It's a lot. So I usually, kid you not, I start my day usually about 5 o'clock in the morning. So
like you get your workout in.
Yeah. Work out. And then from 5 until 9 o'clock, once business starts going, that's my time of getting emails, like really getting into what my normal job has to be. Building visits during the day, but Kroger has been amazing since we've gone kind of all in on Bourbon Beyond, being one of the most, biggest tourism things here. Second to the Kentucky Derby, but not by far. They really give me full autonomy to just do
whatever
what you need to be done.
Do what we need to be done, and as long as we're keeping driving people to the stores, that's the goal, is to get the ROI to keep coming into Kroger and doing all that stuff. So I can't thank Kroger enough for allowing us to really focus so hyper locally on something like this. A lot of the times companies come in, name it, and walk away. But we name it, we staff all the volunteers that you see over by our stage, the 30 plus volunteers, for the most part, have a connection or work for Kroger, to the cups, to the napkins, to everything. Kroger takes care of all of that. So it's just showing that, and we also worked in our contract that a portion of every ticket sale goes to Dare to Care. So that's a part of.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a part of our contract. So can't say it. I want to say it's like 20 cents or something like that, but I can tell you if you do the math, it's a lot.
It adds up.
Last year, I think that they got $25,000 from them. So
that's not. I don't even know if that's on the website anywhere. But that's a novel thing.
We'll have to yell at them about that.
Yeah. Instead of Chris's picks, Chris's check.
Yeah, that's right. We did it as soon as we worked our first large contract. That was something that we had to have a component in.
How did Kroger get engaged with Bourbon Beyond? Was that something?
It was myself.
You presented.
It was myself and Fred. Yeah, okay. Fred came up to me and I passed him in a store, and he came up and he said he talks to me about this festival, Bourbon and Beyond, and he's like, I think Kroger will be into it. And I was like, well, Kroger doesn't allow me to spend any money.
Especially not at this level.
And then he said, he was like, it's only $5,000. I was like, Kroger's never given me $100. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to get told no, but I'm a firm guy of like, the worst you can tell me is no. So I brought it up, went in, asked for $5,000 to do Bourbon and Beyond. They said yes. And then I again judged that person. I'm like, why would you give me money? There's no reason. But they gave me the chance. This was at Champions Park. Lost their $5,000 that very first day.
That very first one
canceled. And I said, "Well,
what do you think about what do you think about next year?"
Yeah. So then they come to me and say, "Next year, let's do this large sponsorship, very large." And I said, "Guys, I lost the only $5,000 that they've ever given me, and I lost it in one day." And I said, "I'll ask." And to my freaking surprise, they said yes. And again, why?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not on a good track record with you guys right now, but they gave it to us, and our presidents, everybody came down and just saw, this is a lot of local people that are coming in for this. This is our customers for Louder Than Life and Bourbon and Beyond. So it's our customer base. So we should be there in a really big presence. And then after that, we've just gotten bigger and bigger. And this year, I can say it on this, the stage is actually going to be named. I don't know what exactly it's going to be called. I think it's going to be called
Chris's stage.
Bourbon. Yeah. Not that much yet. It's like the Bourbon and Culinary stage powered by Kroger. So we are naming the whole entire culinary bourbon stage because it's too good of an opportunity. It's everything that we do. It's food and booze.
Yeah, so you can buy your food and booze right there at Kroger too. And you're right. I mean, it's because the location of where we're at, a lot of people come in from out of town for Bourbon Beyond, but a lot of them are all in driving distance.
Regional,
which have Kroger's in their region.
Right there.
So it only makes more sense to keep pounding that name right there in front of their
first grocery
face.
store.
Don't go to Publix.
Partner with first grocery store to ever partner with a music festival, and we still are to this day. It's been a lot of work to figure all that out because it's such a big footprint, but it's been incredible. I don't think you could do any more in Marseilles. We actually run a program that'll be starting here soon, depending on when this airs. It might be still going on. You can actually go into our Kroger stores. I want to say it's July-ish or so, but you can start certain items that you spend on Frito-Lays, things like that. You earn points, and you can actually take those points and turn them into free tickets to Bourbon and Beyond.
Oh, wow.
So that's just gives you some pointers to go shop with us.
I mean, stock up on Gatorade.
I use all my points at the gas station.
Yeah,
it's different.
Like 10 cents
You're giving you two different sets of fuel points. That's fuel points. You still got that, Ryan. This is a whole separate set of points.
Yeah, I love going when it's like, you haven't used one. They're like, you can use 90 cents. I'm like, heck yeah. I wait to fill up my truck.
I can use
that
something.
Day. Not my wife's van who has a smaller tank.
Yeah. It's like, go ahead and just
It's really disappointing when you share it together and then you go and try to fill your car up and you're like, I know I have $1, and then your wife took it.
Yep. Like just 3 cents.
It's really disappointing.
It wasn't even on empty, right? They still had a half tank.
Yeah, she probably spent $8 to fill her tag up, and then I'm like, I was going to spend $40.
Yep.
I will say my wife is notorious for that. It'll be at a quarter tank and she'll go, we need to go get gas. I'm like, you've got like another 100 miles left on this thing. I think we're okay. But I don't know if she's deathly afraid of running out of fuel or what, but
I know that my wife is, and I am the type of guy I'd be like, it says 1. I can make it to that gas station.
Yeah, we got it.
Oh, yeah. I think what is the
crank it
lowest?
a neutral
I think
quick
the
and
lowest
just ride
I've gotten
downhill.
is 7 miles left on the tank.
I was at 0 the other day in my driveway, and I was like, Kroger's right across the street, man.
Gosh.
Now,
knock on wood, I've yet to run out of gas.
Anxiety inducing? Absolutely, because I don't want to be that guy that's pushing the car down the street.
Or walking down the street
But
with
I've
a gas
done it
can.
before, so I'm totally okay to do it again.
Done it before. We've
Yeah.
all done
I'm not above pushing my car out of the street.
We've all had been there before.
Part of your workout regimen.
It's part of it. Yeah. I'm doing that Ironman competition. I just push cars down the street.
That's the smartest thing. It's not even a neutral. You just got to push it, right? Yeah.
That's right.
What did you guys think of these so far?
By the way, loved it. Loved the cash strength one. It's probably my favorite.
I like the weeded one and the cash strength one. The rye one, the rye bourbon or whatever. I assume it was a rye bourbon. It tastes like a rye bourbon, but it was great. I just prefer the first and the third.
But pretty good, right? I mean,
they're great.
Yeah, they're really good.
First Bourbon and Beyond barrels that you got to try. So these will
amazing.
These will be at the Chris's Pick Mini Bar.
Yeah,
and one of 60 other locations scattered around Kentucky and Southern Indiana.
The barrel proof I mean, it's delicious. Whiskey nerds will love this one. The
think it's
Weeder,
really good.
The Weeder one, I could crush that bottle. That's dangerously delicious.
Yeah, especially only at 90 proof.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing like on a hot September day at Bourbon Beyond do I want to drink 121.8 proof bourbon.
You know, let's talk about that for a second. I have had people come up to me at the end of the night where I will have like a Michelob in my hand, and someone has come up and be like, "We're the bourbon guy. Why are you drinking beer?" It's 120 degrees outside, and we have been sitting
asphalt.
in blazing sun. Like, and I love bourbon. I love it. It's amazing. It is extremely hard to drink when it's 120 degrees outside and you're drinking 120.
It doesn't matter how cool
whiskey.
you are.
It does not matter. Like it's hot.
Yeah.
And it makes it worse. So I think
unless you're in your trailer,
if you're in the trailer, you're okay. I think on one, it was a barrel strength and it was just so hot upstage. It was like, you're going to have to bring ice up. I am not drinking this.
You got to do it.
Can't do it. It's way too hot out here.
It is hot.
I need a cold drink.
I get it. I feel like I'm always sweating too because I'm on stage and I don't want to wear shorts. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and power through wearing black jeans on stage.
I wear jeans every year.
Yeah, and it's like, because you don't want to look like a schlub on stage.
It doesn't look as professional.
No.
Up
Swamp
there
ass.
You're like the one. Yeah, it just doesn't look good. And I don't care if anybody else does it. To me, I would just like, it's jeans.
Oh, I'm showing up in shorts no matter what.
You can do whatever you want.
It's the last time you're getting asked to be on stage. Then.
Yeah.
I'm sanity over vanity all day.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
Yeah,
I need to be a little bit more of the vanity aspect because.
Oh, you're the main guy. You're Chris's
host.
picks.
Yeah, I had a guy that was like, and I think I'm gonna have him do something for me. He's like, "Do you wear jean jackets up there? I'll paint you a jean jacket." And I said, "If I wear a jean jacket up there, I'm gonna die."
It's that denim that keeps you cool.
All that breathable denim.
I can't wear a jean jacket up on stage. Like, you're outside your mind.
You look at Fred; he still wears the damn suit and
ascot,
and you're like,
I don't understand.
And he's just got sweat beating off, like dripping down his beard. You're like,
I don't understand how.
I don't either.
I just want to look. I'm totally okay in a t-shirt, but I don't know. I have to draw the line at shorts when you're on stage.
Yeah. I don't know how he does it.
All right, I won't wear shorts. Fine.
No,
I'll wear joggers.
Good job, Chris. We guilt tripped him into.
I'll wear linen pants.
If you come in a full linen suit, absolutely, you can do whatever you
just
want.
wear a seersucker and get on stage and talk like you're from like Southern Alabama or something.
That would be great.
Like, good Lord, is it hot out here?
Who is my sweet tea?
Declare it is hot out here.
Let's make some bourbon sweet tea.
Ew, the devil's backbone out here.
Some bourbon sweet tea with a little hint of honey.
That's right.
Well, Chris,
I freaking love it.
I know, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show today and doing the catch up with us, giving us some insight into what's going to be happening at Bourbon Beyond this year as well. It's really fun.
Buddy, we're going to have a blast this year, man.
Be on the lookout for these barrel picks, too.
Yes.
Festival. They're great.
Probably have some more.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do some United stuff. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Oh, I'm in.
I'm all about it.
Look at that.
But before we sign off, make sure people have a reason to follow you, because I know that you are starting to do more whiskey reviews on your Instagram handle and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
that.
the
Talk
Firkin
about it.
podcast, and then I also have the Kroger Chris Picks page. So I don't know what I post there. Anything that I post on my Kroger Chris Picks page, it is nobody pays me for it. It's like if I post on it, it's just because I truly like it. Like I'm not doing it for any other reason. Nobody's giving me any money. Yeah. So
well, you got a good.
I usually buy
library
those samples anyway. So it's like if I like something, I'm just gonna post and talk about it. So I know there's a lot of people out there that's just like any bottle that gets sent to them or something like that.
And where can people listen to your show?
Yeah, it's on actually any streaming platform. So
there you go.
Pretty much any streaming platform.
Awesome.
My tech person does all of that stuff.
Yeah, and you got somebody else to take care of that.
Yeah, they say, hey, it's on any streaming platform. I say, cool.
It's on.
Bill at the Kroger.
Checkbox. Well, man, thank you again for coming on. And make sure you follow Chris's Instagram handle. Like I said, if you want to know exactly what he's talking about, new things that are on the market. He's been doing RTD reviews a lot.
I love
recently.
RTDs, man.
Yeah, they're fun.
It is like pull and lake season. That's RTD season.
It is RTD season. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's just I had a bunch of RTDs at home and they were good. So why not
turn the camera on?
Yeah.
Start recording.
You got your nice hat on. I saw that bougie hat.
Hey, look, drinking whiskey out of a leather wrapped glass bottle just felt like cowboy hat time.
There we go.
Channel your inner John Waddell.
That's right.
Shout out to Peerless there. But again, make sure you follow Chris. You can follow Bourbon Pursuit on all the socials. Of course, if you love the show, share it with a friend. Leave us a review. But if you really love the show and you want to help support us to keep bringing awesome content like this, go ahead and support us on Patreon. You can do it as little as $5 up.
$5?
Just $5.
Best deal in media.
It's a deal.
Just to help keep this thing going. But with that, cheers, everybody. We'll see you later.
Toodles.